Well, I guess he couldn't finish the story then, because in the main event of WrestleMania 39, Night 2, Roman Reigns defeated Cody Rhodes to retain the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship in a result that I don't think many people saw coming. Going by our live reactions that we did over on the WrestleTalk podcast channel, a lot of people thought that this was Cody's night. We all thought on the panel, we thought this was Cody's night. It really felt like they were building for Cody's night. He had the big entrance. Yeah, Brandy was at ringside along with his daughter Liberty. -1 from AEW was there, and Cody handed him the belt. They even name dropped Luke Harper on commentary. Obviously, his WWE name Brody Lee. They name dropped Cesaro as well on commentary, and Bryan Danielson under the name of Daniel Bryan, of course. When talking about the people that Roman have defeated. So it really felt like the stage had been set for Cody to win, but nope. Roman won after Solo Sikoa, who'd been ejected earlier in the match, re-emerged and gave Cody the Samoan spike, and Roman hit a spear to get the win. It really did feel like the air was sucked out of the building. It's quite easy, it's an open air stadium. And he won. Cody looked very deflated and he left. Quote from Triple H in the press conference about that said that it's almost perfectly spelled out in this story. I need to finish the story. In the WWE, the story never finishes. Tomorrow night on Raw, the story continues. It takes another chapter. So we'll be doing live reactions to the Raw After Mania over on the WrestleTalk podcast channel. So make sure you go over there and subscribe and enable notifications to know when we go live with that. Myself and the Professor Dan Layton will be doing that. There is also a bit of details on this on Fightful Select, who very much confirm, well, at least this is what their sources have said. This was not a Vince decision. This was a Triple H call. This was people, within WWE made this call. This was not Vince has come in and made this decision. Bearing in mind, this is also coming on the day where tomorrow, well, I guess now today, Monday, we are expecting the news of the WWE sale to Endeavor, which will see the WWE, well, see basically a new media conglomerate form with UFC on one side of things and WWE on another side of things. So Vince has been in gorilla position all weekend. He was there on SmackDown. He was there for Night 1 and Night 2, not only just in gorilla, but with the headset and giving instructions by several different reports. And he'll likely be there for Raw After Mania tomorrow. But from what has been reported, at least by Fightful Select, this was not a Vince call. This decision was made a couple of weeks ago. Let me just try and find the quote for you here. We've confirmed that the plan for Reigns to emerge victorious was set, and several people were aware of it several weeks ago. We're not told when the talents were informed. But like everyone else, Sean writes here, we can confirm that a lot of the interference elements weren't relayed to talent, refs, and ringside staff until today, and the involvement of many parties were previously unknown. I'd imagine that is so the story wouldn't leak that Roman was going to win. Although, WrestleVotes kind of alluded to this somewhat. WrestleVotes had tweeted out that Trips had signed off on a new WWE title design, a World Heavyweight Championship design, which we may still see. And that once Roman loses the belt, he's going to be taking a lot of time off and might not be back until SummerSlam. But they then added a caveat to that, which we picked up on for the WrestleTalk News in the week, that it's basically based on when he loses the titles. If and when he loses the titles. So it was not a case of he's going to lose at Mania and we won't see him until SummerSlam. It was very much a case of he will take time off once he loses the belts. That was WrestleTalk. So I think, based on that, and now based on what we know here, WrestleVotes probably had been told, or at least under the impression, that Roman was going to retain. But it was shocking. Really, really was surprising. Similarly, for quite a few people in our live reactions, but certainly not for me, Bianca Belair retained the Raw Women's Championship over Asuka. Bianca Belair is now 3-0 at Mania. I think they are building her to be Miss WrestleMania, but we'll certainly see on that. The reaction to that did not go down well in our live reactions, but I thought it was a terrific match. I thought it was an awesome, awesome match. I thought Belair was great. I thought Asuka was great. And I really, really enjoyed the match that they did. And I actually think that Belair winning was the right choice, personally, for me. Gunther also retained his Intercontinental Championship over Drew and Sheamus. Very easily match of the night, a quality match, absolutely superb from start to finish. All action, all it was as Biggie would like to say, big beefy men slapping meat, big meaty men slapping meat, and I loved every single second of it. Easily my match, and I might even be my match of the weekend when all is said and done. Elsewhere on the show, Brock Lesnar did beat Amos. It didn't go long. In fact, I'll tell you what. Let me find the official runtime for how long it went. It didn't feel like it went long, but it was exactly the match that we all thought it would be, which is that Amos slowly worked over Brock for a bit, and then Brock made a comeback, and then Brock hit the F5 and won. And that was all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. It really was a case of that was it. 4 minutes 55. I said 5 minutes. In my predictions, I said it's going to go 5 minutes, so I was pretty close with that. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler won the WrestleMania Women's Showcase Fatal 4-Way match, which was, yeah, it's fine. Was what it was. And we also had Edge defeating Finn Balor in a 18-minute Hell in a Cell match that was sponsored by the Pope's Exorcist. Again, a lot of like sponsor-heavy stuff here on WrestleMania. Quite egregiously so in some cases, particularly in the men's triple threat match for the IC belt, and here as well. It was a bit like the Terminator Salvation one a couple of years back. So like Russell Crowe was part of the entrance that Triple H had, that Edge had. Balor got his big demon entrance. Edge came out to Slayer, which I thought was awesome. It wasn't Slayer playing live, unfortunately, but Slayer South of Heaven played for a little bit, which I popped for because I'm a big Slayer fan. Let me know in the comments down below, what's your favourite Slayer song? And then they had the match. There was a moment when Edge absolutely effed, as we would say, effed a ladder into the face of Finn Balor, and he busted him open a hard way, and that to kind of stop the match for a little bit, and the camera just sort of focused on Edge while they tended to Finn Balor and closed up the wound. But I thought they really came out all guns blazing to make sure that the fans were still on board for the match. So credit to them. But Edge did win, and it I don't know, like I'll have a little bit more about this on the WrestleTalk podcast review that Ollie and I will do. I don't see the point in a lot of this, but it is what it is. But perhaps the second biggest news of the night, outside of Roman Reigns retaining, is that The Miz had another match. He actually had 3 matches, really. He had another match on the show tonight, another open challenge. And who should open that challenge? But Shane McMahon, the best in the world, made his return to WWE at WrestleMania 39, and he came down to do an open challenge match with The Miz, and he did a leapfrog, and he blew out his knee, and he tore his quads. And the match ended by a referee stoppage, effectively. They didn't really ring the bell. I'm going to go by Wikipedia here. But yeah, they basically, Shane was pushed out the ring. According to Sean Ross Sapp, he went back and watched it. Referee Jessica Carr then went and told Snoop Dogg, go in the ring and hit a people's elbow. So Snoop Dogg got in the ring, punched The Miz, punched him again, hit the people's elbow, and pinned The Miz. Snoop Dogg pinned The Miz at WrestleMania. What a weird night it was. A very interesting quote from Sean Ross Sapp, actually. I'll see if I can find this. Obviously, Sean tweets a lot, but I'll see if I can quickly grab this for you. Because there was an interesting note he had about Shane. Bear with me. Apologize for that. Okay, here we go. Just 14 months ago, Vince McMahon told some close to him that Shane would never get another pop as long as he was running WWE. Make of that what you will, I guess. But yeah, that is what happened at WrestleMania 39. Night 2. A wacky old night, I would say. Some good, some bad, some baffling, some intriguing. I'm certainly interested to watch Raw tomorrow night to see what's going to happen with the Roman Reigns stuff. We had so many people messaging us afterwards. We had like an hour's worth of Ultra Chats going in after the live stream and stuff. So make sure you stick around for WrestleTalk, because Ollie Davis will be having his review going up in the next couple of hours here on the WrestleTalk channel. And then myself and Ollie Davis will be reviewing WrestleMania 39 Night 2 over on the WrestleTalk podcast channel at 3 p.m. BST tomorrow. So tune in for that because I'm sure there will be a lot to say. And then Dan Layton and I will be doing reactions to the Raw After Mania. So if you want to watch along with us, because we have a lot of fun watching it, there were nearly 10,000 people watching our WrestleMania 39 Night 2 reactions. Head on over to the WrestleTalk podcast channel, give it a little thumbs up, or give it a subscribe, and then give the videos thumbs up. Algorithm and that. But make sure you subscribe here if this is your first time here, because we've got a lot of content coming up over the next couple of days. But until then, I've been looking